Welcome to Cryptid Monologues. Here we tell stories of the cryptid kind. We hope to fill your mind with thrilling, suspenseful entertainment. Please relax and enjoy. Thanks for joining.
Cascade Mountain Watchtower. distant knocking, a reminder that he was not alone in the vast, untamed wilderness of the Cascades. The Hunt, at Bacon Creek, Chapter 1. The hunt begins. The autumn air was crisp, and heavy with the scent of cedar and fir trees. Bacon Creek, nestled in the shadow of the North Cascades, stretches out before him like an untouched wilderness waiting to be explored. As Greg tightened the straps on his pack, he turned to his son Ethan. "You ready for this?" Greg asked, his voice tinged with the gruff affection of a father eager to pass down tradition. Ethan nodded, his expression a mixture of excitement and nervousness. "Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all year." Doug, Greg's best friend and hunting companion for 2 decades, joined them by the truck. His niece Sarah, a young but determined wildlife biologist, was already studying the map spread across the hood. Her brow furrowed as she traced their planned route. "This area is known for its diverse wildlife," Sarah said, her voice brimming with enthusiasm. "Elk, deer, black bear, and who knows what else." Greg chuckled. "Let's hope it's mostly deer. I didn't bring my elk tags." The group set off, their boots crunching group, eyes watched them from the shadows, unblinking and calculating. The forest had grown silent again, as though holding its breath. Chapter 4: Warnings in the Shadows. The group pressed onward, their unease growing with every step. The forest seemed alive with whispers, the faint rustling of leaves carrying an almost deliberate cadence. Every sound was amplified, every shadow a potential threat. Ethan stayed close to his father, his youthful confidence from the previous day now replaced by a quiet apprehension. Doug took the lead, his rifle at the ready, while Sarah trailed behind, her camera occasionally clicking as she documented the unsettling signs they encountered. By midday, the group stumbled upon another chilling discovery: a fresh deer carcass. The animal's body was twisted unnaturally, its chest cavity torn open as though by massive, powerful hands. Flies buzzed around the carcass, the air thick with the metallic tang of blood. "Good Lord," Doug muttered, lowering his rifle to inspect the scene. Sarah crouched next to the body, her gloved hand gently lifting a piece of fur. "This isn't the work of a bear or cougar." "The hell is that?" Doug hissed, his grip tightening on his rifle. "It's watching us," Sarah whispered, her voice barely audible. Her camera clicked, the sound unnaturally loud in the oppressive silence. The figure stopped. For a moment, everything was still. Then, with a speed that defied its size, it moved closer, stepping into the dappled light. The creature was immense, standing nearly 8 feet tall. Its frame was muscular, its body covered in dark, coarse hair. Its face was both human-like and alien, with deep-set eyes that glinted with intelligence and wariness. Its hands, large and powerful, hung at its sides, fingers curling slightly as if assessing the threat before it. "Back up," Greg ordered, his voice firm. He began to step away slowly, pulling Ethan with him. The creature let out a low, guttural sound, almost like a warning. It took a step forward, its gaze fixed on Greg's rifle. "Don't shoot," Sarah said urgently, stepping forward. "It's not attacking. It's warning us." "Warning us to what? Leave? Or die?" Doug growled, but he didn't lift his rifle, his instincts warring with his fear. The creature tilted its head slightly, its expression almost curious. Then, it let out an ear-piercing roar, the sound reverberating through the forest. Birds scattered from the trees, and the group recoiled instinctively. "It's trying to scare us off," Sarah shouted over the roar. "Then it's doing a damn good job," Doug muttered, his knuckles white on the stock of his rifle. As suddenly as it had appeared, the creature stepped back into the shadows, disappearing into the dense forest. The group stood frozen, the forest's eerie silence Greg nodded in agreement. Let's keep it that way. Some things are better left in the wild. As they drove away from Bacon Creek, the group was united in their silence, each of them grappling with the reality of what they had experienced. The forest had returned to its usual stillness, but they knew it was anything but ordinary. They had ventured into the unknown and lived to tell the tale. But one thing was certain: they would never return to Bacon Creek.
Tent. The next morning I awoke to a crisp, clear day. Determined to make the most of my trip, I spent the morning exploring the trails around the lake and fishing from a small inlet. But the feeling of being watched persisted. Several times I found myself glancing over my shoulder, convinced I'd catch a glimpse of something or someone. Yet the forest remained still, the only movement coming from the wind rustling the leaves. In the afternoon, I ventured deeper into the woods, hoping to find a secluded spot where the fish might be more plentiful. The trail grew faint, The thrill of the trip had been replaced by a deep sense of unease. As I packed up my gear, I couldn't shake the feeling that the creature was watching, hidden somewhere in the trees. The hike back to the trailhead was tense, every snap of a twig or rustle of leaves setting my nerves on edge, but the creature didn't show itself again. When I finally reached my car and drove away, a sense of relief washed over me. Looking back, I'm not sure what I encountered at Josephine Lake. Was it a Bigfoot, as the tracks and sightings suggested, or was it something else entirely? Whatever it was, the experience left an indelible mark on me, a reminder of the mysteries that still linger in the wild places of the world. And though I've told my story to a few close friends, I've learned to keep the details to myself. After all, who would believe me? The next time I plan a solo trip, I'll choose somewhere less remote. Yet, there's a part of me that wonders if I'll ever feel the same thrill of discovery or fear as I did at Josephine Lake.